Hearts aren't meant to be broken. Take me to where the mountains can kill. People are free and time stands still. Whatever makes my heart come to life or fall apart.
Good morning, guys, welcome back to another vlog. So today is Wednesday. This week is too slow for my liking and I have to stay after school today.
Why?
Because I have to take a test in psychology. It's always that class I have to stay after school and take it. Also, I did something to my hair because I really didn't want to jump in the shower and take a shower in the morning, so I just put it up. Even though I'm self-conscious about it, I don't know if I want to wear it or I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I have to take my psychology test and then I have another test to make up, which will be during the day. And sociology, but he's not even here. He's been absent for the Monday and Tuesday because family things.
So are you texting me?
Yeah, when I'm ready to come pick me up. So, it's a normal day, no testing, like testing for me. Yeah, like the state thingies are over, like the core thingies. Oh wait, I have my makeup FSA Friday. Never mind, it's not done. Forgot about that. I have to make up my part 2. I believe today is part 1, but I did that already, and then part 2 is Friday. So anyways, I will see you guys after school.
I'm sure you can tell by the title of the video that this is not going to be your normal vlog. Basically, I wanted to share with you guys, and have for a long time, on the backstory on where basically Emma came from. I mean, obviously we know where she came from. But, you know, what's the situation with that, and then how I met Mark and how we got married and moved on. So, to start by saying, this is my opinion on the events. He or anyone else may not have the same opinion of the series of events and how they happened and how they came about, but this is my opinion and I want to share it with you guys. Just so it can answer a lot of the questions that you guys always seem to have on, like, who's Emma's dad and where, you know, what happened and this, that, and the other. So, I met Emma's dad when I was 27 years old. We went to the same high school. However, he was 4 years older than me. So when I was a freshman, he had already graduated. I never met him during school. I only met him outside of school. I met him meeting up with a bunch of friends late night, one night, going out, and we just kind of talked, and come to find out that he knew people I knew and I knew people he knew, and somehow we never knew each other. So we became friends, we dated for a while, and then we decided to get married in 2002. And at that time, my company transferred me to Arizona, and I lived in Arizona for 3 years with him. And then we decided to come back to be close to family. And at that time, I was pregnant with Emma. So I got pregnant with Emma in 2003 and had Emma in 2004. And that's pretty much when I felt that our marriage went downhill. You know, every marriage has its issues. Every marriage has financial issues and relationship and communication issues. And it wasn't just necessarily all of that. It was everything that transpired after Emma was born that I had had enough. And I will also say that Emma's father is not related to anyone that I know or anyone that I am related to. So he was just somebody I met. But we were doing marriage counseling and trying to work on our marriage, and things just weren't working out. And at the time, I had a job working in property management, which I had done for 14 years of my life, even before I had met him. And I manage apartment communities, condos, and stuff like that. I had a really good group of friends. My friend, which is still my friend today, Amy, which lived across the street from me at the home I lived in with Emma's father. And Andrew, a guy named Rick, Kenny, and Mark. Mark you know. And we were all best friends. We hung out all the time. We went to lunch together every single day from work. I was their boss, but we were all friends. Anyways, we were all very close friends, and I was kind of talking to them about the problems I was having and whatnot. And the straw that broke the camel's back for me is I was in my girlfriend Casey's wedding, and a limo had picked us up that day and drove us to get ready. We were all getting our hair done and what have you. And I was concerned with Emma's father not getting up to take care of her because one of the main issues was staying up late night playing video games and then sleeping during the day. So I called at about 11 and there was no answer. I had no transportation to get back to the house, so we all had to get in the limo and drive back to the house. And mind you, there were 8 girls that walked into the house, and Emma was awake, had soaked through her diaper, basically screaming, freaking out in her crib, and he was asleep in bed. I had put the baby monitor on full blast near his ear, and he had promised me he would get up and not leave her in her crib. So that basically was it for me. Within the next 48 hours, I had told him that I was leaving. I was no longer happy, and I did not want to live a miserable, unhappy life. And then everything just kind of hit the fan at that moment. I moved out. I had paid a deposit on a townhome that was strictly for me and Emma, and we had to wait for them to remodel it. So while he was at work, I went and got my stuff and split everything 50-50 pretty much, besides Emma's things, took her stuff, put it in storage, and waited for my townhome. During this time, there was, a year of fighting. I filed for divorce in 2005. Emma was 1. And, well, almost 1. And the divorce was final in 2006, in the beginning. So when Emma actually turned 2. And at that time, I became closer with my friends at work, including Mark, because Mark had been through a divorce himself. And I was kind of asking him, I wanted to make sure that, Emma's dad wouldn't be able to take her from me. I knew nothing about divorce, how to file divorce, or any of the sort. So we just kind of all hung out. We went out together at night. I hung out at Amy's house a lot. And anyways, Mark lived in Indiana and I worked in Ohio. So he traveled back and forth from Ohio. So he was never there on the weekends. I never hung out with him on the weekends and what have you. But we all did hang out during the week. So to now speed up to where I met Mark, obviously I had known Mark through work, and there was a rule that you were not allowed to date through our company and whatever, because it made sense because we managed, hotels, and you could easily go and hang out in a room and no one would know, if that makes sense. So we just grew closer and closer with all the struggles and the issues that I had with my divorce, and we just grew closer. So I finally had introduced Emma to Mark, and I remember it was a Frisch's Big Boy. We met and ate, and Emma was only 2 at the time, but he met her and we were just kind of talking, and then we dated for a year and then got married in 2007. And then also in 2007, July of 2007, Mark and I both lost our jobs because not sure who it was, but somebody had called the company to tell them that we were dating, and so the owner showed up and fired both of us on July 7th, 2007. And Mark and I were getting married that year in September. So we had planned to tell the company prior to getting married, but we were going to find new jobs before that. One of us was going to leave. Well, that didn't happen. So prior to that, we had taken Emma to Disney. Mark and I went to Mexico, and that is where he proposed. We didn't take Emma because she had a visitation with her father every other weekend, because at that time I was still living locally. So after Mark and I got married, we decided that we were going to move to Indiana. One, to get away from the drama, and two, just to basically start over in a new town. I thought that it was great for me to have a fresh start. So we moved to Indiana, and it changed the custody agreement to where every break she had in school, he got her. And, you know, during this time I had conversations with Emma's dad about, you know, you're going to have to build a relationship with Emma. You're going to have to talk with her and, you know, be interested in things. You know, even at the age of 5 or 6, you have to be interested in things that your kid is interested in. Not be interested in your child's life, or when they get older, they will have no interest in your life. So those were kind of my advice things. I cannot speak for Emma, but I can only tell you my experience of visitation from 2008. So basically in 2013 and 14, Emma was 10, and things started getting really rough. She didn't want to go with her dad anymore. She's always told me, you know, like, he asked the same questions. She gets tired of it. You know, they had more of a friendship relationship besides a parenting relationship. So anyways, so I worked on trying to keep the relationship going by giving advice and, you know, telling him things like, you know, she does cheer, you should come to her cheer competitions and show an interest in the things that she's interested in. And of course, any of that never really happened. He did come to a couple, but he was upset that she didn't pay any attention to him. And, you know, I tried to explain to him she's a child. Just because you do it once doesn't make a child accept something. But it just was a long struggle of them trying to build a relationship, because prior to me leaving, they really didn't have a relationship. Yes, I know she was young, but he had, you know, many years to build that relationship with her. So about 13, it became clear that neither of them were working on their relationship, and it was going downhill fast. So at that point, I felt like I had done everything and offered every suggestion that I could possibly have. But Emma also had questions to me, like, you know, why didn't my dad and you work out, and what happened, and all the things and series of events that happened in between 2005 and 2010, which was a very difficult time for myself. She kind of wanted to know, you know, how all of those series of events had transpired and what happened and all that jazz. So, and I was honest with her, because I wasn't going to lie to my child and her be told the truth from someone else. So I was honest with her, and how, you know, her dad and I didn't make it, and how I met Mark, and how I moved forward with Mark, and how it all just kind of transpired. And so yeah, I mean, I think that at that point is when Emma decided that she didn't want a relationship with her dad. I did explain to her many times, you know, think about the future and think about when you're getting married, and, you know, you want your dad to walk you down the aisle. You know, are you going to be upset that you don't have a relationship with your real father? And, you know, still to this day, she says no, that Mark, you know, even though he is her stepfather, Mark is, in her eyes, her father. He's been there since she was 2. So, yeah, I mean, we've had a rough beginning to our marriage, just because there was a lot of issues and a lot of fighting going on in the courts and whatever. But Mark and I stuck it out. We made it through. And yeah, so that is kind of my story. Keep pausing and second guessing myself because there's a lot of things that could be said that I want to make sure I don't say, so it doesn't get people's feelings hurt or defensive, or to start an argument, because the stuff has finally, you know, all the drama and the issues and the problems has finally died off. So I keep mentally making sure I'm not saying something that maybe, it's not that I shouldn't, because I would, you know, I can say what I want. I'm an adult, and I can share what I want because I'm an adult, but I just want to make sure that I'm not stirring the pot, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that answers a lot of your questions on, you know, who is Emma's dad and how it didn't work out, and how is he related to my family, which now that we're divorced, he is not. He is no longer part of our family whatsoever. So this video helps you understand a little bit more on how our lives began. Basically in 2004 when I had Emma. She was my first child born, obviously, and then I got married to Mark in 2007 and then had Ellie in 2009. So you know, that's my family. My family's background and history. I'm sure you guys have more questions, and I'm sure there are a lot of things that were answered in the video, but this is what I'm willing to share right now, and this is what I'm willing to you know, speak about, because again, I don't want any repercussions from this video. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you understand more on where our lives began, and I will see you guys later.
This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many.
I'm home from school and took my hair down, and I also washed my face because we're not going anywhere today, and my face felt really gross because it was extremely hot outside. And I just wanted to take my makeup off and be fresh because I haven't had makeup on, well, like one a day without makeup in a long time. So anyways, can't really clean my room because I have all the bathroom stuff because we just put the vanity in. Can I show them the vanity?
Okay.
So there she is. I've never had like a granite. Is this granite? Marble countertop.
Countertop?
Yeah, countertop. So I'm really excited about it. It looks so pretty. I've always had like poopy brown ones. Ellie, how was your day? Great. Who are you on the phone with, Mika?
No.
Oh, who?
Yes.
Hi, Mika!
Hi.
Oh. Oh. Hi, Mark!
Emma,
How's your day going?
it's going great. Wonderful.
That's good.
Fabulous.
That's
Especially
fantastic.
since you're here. That's
Great. That's great. I love that for you. This is my favorite part of the day. Haven't changed it in a while, but there is only 7 days left of school. I'll show you this one because I'm working on this one. Icons. So like I got the weather. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and fill up like the whole page. But yeah, so it's kind of what my life consists of right now. Drawing, homework, school, finals, and that's it. Love that. So anyways guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow back with another video. Bye guys!
It's a good day today. tomorrow.